I am your father.
No. It's not true. That's impossible!
Today's all burnt toast, running late and dad jokes. Does anybody see my little shoe? Close my eyes, take a bite, grab a ride, laugh out loud. There it is, up on the roof. I've been there, I've survived. So just take my advice. Hanging there, baby, things are crazy, but I know the future's bright. Hanging there, baby, there's no maybe, everything turns out alright. Sure, life is up and down, but trust me, it turns back around. You're gonna love who you turn out to be. Hanging there, baby.
Hey guys, welcome to day 1 of Disney Channel month. I don't know how often I'll be making videos for this month. I am a busy boy after all. So if you like what you see, please show your support and I'll keep on making videos like this. Thanks. Today we're going to be talking about a video called Gabe Duncan is Adopted by Joselle. If you've not already, I recommend that you go see that video before you watch this one. That way you can form your own opinion based off the facts we give you. The link should be showing up in the card right about now. Just pause the video, come back when you're finished watching it, and I'll be right here waiting for you.
I will be right here waiting for you.
No, stop the music. I don't want to get another copyright claim on my channel. I have enough of those already. Okay, if you're at this point in the video, I'm gonna just assume that you've watched the other video I recommended already, so let's get right into this. Evidence number 1. Family portrait. Joselle makes a point that the family portrait shown in the intro depicts the parents' favoritism regarding their children. However, I don't think that this is the case. First, we know that Teddy Duncan is Bob Duncan's favorite child from how protective he is of Teddy, and he even admits it in 1 or 2 episodes that I've seen so far. Additionally, Amy Duncan can be pretty self-centered, so if this portrait were truly a representation of how the parents view everyone, I'd be surprised why Amy Duncan isn't shown to be above everyone else. Even Bob Duncan admits that Amy Duncan has more authority than he does in a few episodes. I do think that a case can be made that Charlie Duncan is Amy Duncan's favorite, as in the episode The Singin' Dancin' Duncans, Charlie's the only child she doesn't replace in the family talent show, so it would make sense that Charlie's on the same level as Amy Duncan in this theory, or hypothesis, or whatever it is. This is without even mentioning PJ Duncan, which I don't recall him having too many meaningful interactions with his parents in the episodes I've watched. For being the least favorite, I remember more of the interactions Gabe had with his parents than PJ had, although this could just be bias, as in my opinion, Gabe Duncan is the best character of the show. But that's a video for another time. If we were to use this logic, we'd also have to wonder, whose perspective are we being shown in the portrait? Is it Amy's perspective? Is it Bob's, Teddy's, PJ's, Gabe's? Gabe is most likely at the bottom because he was the smallest at the time the photo was taken. And in family photos, typically the youngest or the smallest are in the front of the family, so you can see them better. If Gabe was behind PJ, Teddy, Amy, or Bob, then he would be obstructed by them in the photo. If you look up their other family photos on Google, they almost all follow the same logic. Evidence number 2 and number 3. Teddy forgets to mention Gabe in the first episode of the show in her video diary, and Bob Duncan is oblivious to everything. I'm actually going to combine evidence number 2 and number 3 since they're somewhat similar. Joselle makes a case that Teddy not remembering Gabe in the video diary of the first episode of the show, and Bob Duncan not remembering details of Gabe's life is evidence that he is not a biological child. Honestly, I don't know what to say about this piece of evidence. It is clear in the first episode that the family is not giving Gabe any attention, almost to the point of negligence. But does that prove he is not a biological child? This detail could just be a depiction of something called middle child syndrome that middle children often experience. Healthline Media Incorporated defines this as the belief that middle children are excluded, ignored, and even outright neglected because of their birth order. I read somewhere that the creators of Good Luck Charlie intended to make a show that illustrates the changes that occur in a family when a new child arrives. As a result, one of the main plot points of the first episode was Gabe's feeling of being forgotten, something many middle children seem to feel according to the statistics. Joselle also mentions a date that Bob Duncan guessed. When asked what date Gabe's birthday is, Bob answered,
July 12th.
And Giselle states that this might be the date that the family adopted Gabe, if he is adopted. However, it seems to me that Bob just doesn't know Gabe's birthday. It doesn't look to me like he might be mixing up the day that they hypothetically adopted Gabe and Gabe's birthday. There just isn't a lot of evidence to show that Gabe was adopted. If it were the day that Gabe was adopted, why don't we see them acknowledge it in the show? In the show Jessie, the children are adopted, and the day they were adopted do get acknowledged in the episode Gotcha Day. I don't know if it's mentioned in any other episode since I've not completed the show and it's been a while since I've seen it. To be fair though, this is an argument from silence. It undercuts the argument, but it doesn't rebut it. Evidence number 4. Then you came along. Giselle makes a statement that Teddy saying, "Then you came along," could be proof that Gabe is adopted. I don't have much to say. I think this is a common idiom used when a family has a baby. To defend this argument, let me explain it like this. There is no doubt that Charlie is Bob and Amy's biological child. We see Amy give birth to her in the episode Charlie is 1. In the aforementioned scene, Teddy is trying to relate to Gabe.
And I was a baby once, and then you came along.
Gabe feels like he isn't important.
Oh, so now you're suddenly interested in me? Ever since the baby arrived, everyone's been ignoring me. I feel like I'm invisible.
And Teddy says that she too was the youngest before Gabe was born.
And I was a baby once, and then you came along.
It's an analogy. Teddy is relating Gabe being born to Charlie being born, supporting the fact that Gabe is likely a biological child. Honorable mention. Knock yourself out.
What do you want?
Dinner? Nobody's fed me all day, and I'm still part of this family, right?
There's a half-eaten sandwich in the fridge. Knock yourself out.
She wants him to knock himself out? Are you kidding me?
I'm pretty sure this bit was a joke. Here's my rebutting evidence that Gabe Duncan is a biological child. In the episode
Snow Show Part 1,
Teddy makes the joke.
Yeah, this family is big enough. Hey, you completely clear on that, Dad?
Why are you pointing your finger at me? Having babies is a team effort.
He doesn't mention anything about any of the kids being adopted, but gives a blanket statement about the kids, which seems to imply that they are all biological children. In the episode Make Room for Baby, we see Amy Duncan bring home each of the newborn kids. In one of the flashbacks, Bob Duncan asks Amy Duncan if they will only have 2 kids.
We are stopping at 2, right?
Amy Duncan responds,
Well, actually...
implying she was already pregnant with Gabe at the time. Next flashback, we see baby Gabe in her arms.
Gabe is such an easy baby.
In the episode Dress Mess, when Teddy is talking about when Amy and Bob Duncan will bring the new baby home from the hospital, Charlie responds, "But when do they take it back?" Teddy jokingly responded,
They don't take the babies back. I know, I tried with Gabe.
which further proves that Amy Duncan birthed Gabe. I will also address a segment in the beginning of the video that mentions that 2 brown-eyed parents cannot have a brown-eyed child. I too did not want to do extensive research about genetics. I mean, what do you think this is, game theory? But some quick Google searches show that 2 parents with blue eyes could theoretically have a child with brown eyes. Even Teddy Duncan has brown eyes. Additionally, like Joselle said, 2 blondes could give birth to a child with brown hair. So, that's everything you need to produce a Gabe. Overall, I just don't think that there's enough proof to show that Gabe Duncan is an adopted child. However, there's more than enough proof to show that he is a biological child. Still, this is a theory that I see come up quite often on the internet when you search up Good Luck Charlie. I'm sure a lot of us have wondered about Gabe Duncan and his unique characteristics. I gotta say, I love this show so much. In the very near future, I plan to make a video on why I think this is the best Disney Channel family sitcom. So if you want to see that, make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a thing. We tend to get wild on this channel. If you made it this far through the video, I'd like to give you my personal thanks. And here's an additional thanks to you if you're already subscribed. See what happens when you subscribe? You get even more attention, so you don't have to feel like Gabe did in the first episode. Too soon? Totally didn't copy Curtis Connor's intro, by the way. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.